Look in the mirror. You think you are a masterpiece, the ultimate predator, the absolute peak of evolution. But honestly, you are a walking disaster. If a professional engineer designed the human body, they would be fired immediately. We think of evolution as this genius creator, but evolution isn't a genius. It's a lazy mechanic. It doesn't make things perfect. It just makes them good enough to survive. Welcome to Primal Flaw. Today, we are exposing the biggest design mistakes in your own body. Let's start with eating. Did you know almost no other animal chokes on its food? A snake can swallow a whole deer, but a human, a tiny peanut can literally kill you. Why? Because of a massive design flaw in our throats. You see, the tube for breathing and the tube for eating are right next to each other, and they share the exact same opening. It's like putting a high-speed highway right across an airport runway. Every single time you swallow, a tiny, flimsy piece of cartilage has to quickly close over your breathing tube. If it closes 1 millisecond too late, the food goes straight into your lungs, and you die. So why did evolution do this? Why are we built so stupidly? Because we wanted to talk. Millions of years ago, our voice box dropped lower in our throats. This extra space allowed us to make complex sounds. We could communicate. We could build entire civilizations. But the terrible trade-off was playing Russian roulette every single time we eat a grape. But choking is just the beginning. Let's talk about your back. If you are watching this, chances are your lower back hurts right now. You blame your office chair. You blame your mattress. But the real culprit is a terrible decision made 4 million years ago. You see, mammal spines were designed like bridges. Think of a cheetah or a dog. Their spine is a horizontal arch. Their internal organs simply hang down from it. The weight is distributed perfectly on 4 strong pillars. It's a brilliant, stable engineering design. But then, our monkey ancestors decided to stand up. We wanted our hands free, to carry tools and food. So evolution took this horizontal bridge and violently flipped it 90 degrees straight up. Now it's a vertical pillar, but a completely straight pillar would be too stiff. So to keep us from falling over, evolution bent our spine into an S shape. Mechanically, this is a nightmare. All the heavy weight of your head and your entire upper body is now constantly crushing down onto your lower back. Gravity is violently compressing your discs. It's like stacking a bunch of slippery plates and expecting them not to crash. That's exactly why humans are the only animals that need chiropractors. And the terrible engineering doesn't stop at your back. Let's look at your knees. The human knee is basically just 2 sticks balancing awkwardly on top of each other, held together by a few flimsy rubber bands. One slight twist during a football game, and snap. You tear an ACL. And don't even get me started on your feet. A human foot has 26 different bones. Why so many? Because millions of years ago, they used to be hands. Our ancestors needed them to grip tree branches. But today, we walk on flat ground. Having 26 moving parts in a shock absorber is an absolute engineering nightmare. That's exactly why you get flat feet, sprains, and twisted ankles. But the flaws aren't just in your bones. Let's look at your eyes. You think your eyes are perfect cameras? Actually, they are wired completely backwards. Inside your eye, the wires block the light sensors. They literally have to punch a hole straight through your retina just to plug into your brain. This creates a permanent blind spot in your vision. You don't notice it because your brain just uses Photoshop to fake the missing pixels. You know whose eyes are actually designed correctly? An octopus. Their wires are neatly tucked in the back. An invertebrate has better engineering than you. But the most agonizing evolutionary mistake of all happens right inside your mouth. Wisdom teeth. Millions of years ago, we needed huge jaws to chew raw meat and tough, woody plants. But then, we discovered fire. We started cooking our food. Cooked food is soft, so over time, our massive jaws shrank. But there was a massive glitch in the genetic code. Evolution forgot to delete the extra teeth, so your tiny modern jaw still tries to grow 32 massive caveman teeth. The result? A traffic jam in your mouth. Teeth smashing into each other, growing completely sideways, causing extreme blinding pain and forcing you to pay thousands of dollars to a dentist. And finally, there is the ultimate ticking time bomb, sitting right inside your abdomen, the appendix. For our ancient plant-eating ancestors, it was a vital organ used to digest tough cellulose. But today, it's completely useless. It's just a tiny dead-end tube. But it's not just useless. It's actively dangerous. Random bacteria and seeds can easily get trapped inside. It starts to swell up like a balloon. And if a surgeon doesn't cut it out in time, it violently explodes, killing you instantly. Imagine buying a brand new car with a completely useless button on the dashboard that does absolutely nothing. Except, occasionally, it randomly detonates and destroys the entire car. That is your appendix. But the most brutal design flaw of all is how we reproduce. In the animal kingdom, birth is relatively easy. A horse gives birth, and the baby is running within an hour. But human childbirth is notoriously agonizing. Why? It's a clash of two evolutionary upgrades. First, we started walking on two legs. This required our hips to become incredibly narrow. Second, we grew massive, super-intelligent brains. Giant head plus a tiny, narrow opening. It's like trying to push a watermelon through a garden hose. It is an absolute anatomical nightmare. Evolution trapped us in our own success. So, if we are this poorly designed, how did we conquer the Earth? Why aren't we extinct? Because evolution doesn't care if your back hurts. It doesn't care if you choke on a peanut. It only cares about one thing: reproduction. As long as you survive just long enough to have babies, evolution's job is done. After that, it completely abandons you. This is why your body starts falling apart at age 40. Your knees fail, your eyes go blurry, your cells mutate, because to nature, you are already useless. But here is the ultimate twist. Our biggest flaw is also our greatest superpower. Because we are so physically broken, because we don't have thick fur, sharp claws, or poison, we were forced to rely on something else: our brains. We couldn't outrun the lion, so we invented the spear. We didn't have thick fur to survive winter, so we learned to control fire. Our terrible, flawed bodies forced our minds into overdrive. Every human invention, every city, every spaceship exists simply because we were trying to fix our own biological mistakes. We invented glasses for our bad eyes. We invented surgery to cut out our exploding appendixes. We invented cars because our knees hurt. We are the only animals in history who looked at evolution and said, "No thanks, I'll take it from here." But the danger isn't over. Because while our technology is living in the modern era, our biology is still stuck in the year 100,000 BC. We have caveman brains living in a digital world. That's why you crave sugar until you get diabetes. Your caveman brain thinks a famine is coming. That's why you get massive anxiety over an email. Your caveman brain thinks you are being hunted by a tiger. We are constantly fighting our own programming. We are a species built on mistakes, but somehow those mistakes made us gods. So the next time your back aches or you accidentally bite your own cheek, don't get mad. Just remember, you are the weirdest, most complex, and most flawed animal to ever walk the earth. But biology is just the beginning. Wait until you see how incredibly broken the human mind is. If you want to understand the dark psychology and the weirdest truths about yourself, you need to understand the flaw, the primal flaw. Hit that subscribe button right now, because we have a lot more mistakes to uncover, and you don't want to miss it. Stay curious and stay flawed.